Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a lake house. A lake house that would look excellent on, well, a lake. Or any large body of water, really. It doesn't really matter if it's a lake or not. You can make it anywhere that there's water, but I would definitely suggest making sure that water is present when you start this build, otherwise you might be a little bit disappointed. Or you could always just add it in afterwards. I'm not telling you what to do, you do what you like. By the way, if you want to make any of the other surrounding builds that you might be able to see on the ground now, we have to come up here and have a bird's eye view because this place is getting so big. You can find everything that you can see a little bit of a glimpse of. We have a campsite. We have an RV camper van, we have a wooden cabin, we have an actual proper caravan, we have a car, soon we'll have a boathouse, soon we'll have an outhouse, soon we'll have a boat. We'll have all of these things that you can see down below, and if you want to make any of them, check out the card system, check out the description below for my campsites build playlist. And you know what, as I snap my fingers, a picture will have appeared on the screen, and you can actually click that link there, and it will take you to my campsite playlist if you want to make any and all of the things that you can see on the ground. Not everything at the moment that you can see on the ground will be in tutorial form, but it will very soon. But that is more than enough talking, guys. Let's talk about this lake house. So to make it, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some spruce wood and some oak wood planks. Grab dark oak planks and some oak wood stairs. Grab dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, oak wood slabs. Grab yourself some white stained glass paint and some white stained glass block to go with it. And those are the only materials that we can carry with us at the moment. Trust me, we'll need loads more stuff as we progress later, but for now, we just have to deal with what we have. So, in my Bizarro campsite world, which is this one right here, with all of the crazy stuff around it, I have to build, unfortunately, my lake house at the opposite end of the lake as I have it in my creative world. So I'm going to build it right on the end of the lake here, where I don't have the pier, so it's all away from that log cabin, which is a shame because they look so nice together. And what I'm going to do is, and I suggest you do the same, you'll want to build this near the water. It wants to be pretty close. We're going to start with the front left-hand corner. So it doesn't want to be on the water exactly, but it kind of wants to be very short walking distance from it. So I'm going to start about here, and to kick off the house, I'm going to do 8 spruce wood coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do 5 upper right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then want to go right by 1. Do 5 bottom right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We then want to connect all the way down to the ground. So I'm just going to connect all the way down to the ground, preferably in the right space, and there we go. That is the sort of framework that we're working with. That's kind of what we want. Well, once you've got that taken care of, what we now want to do is starting from the bottom left-hand corner, so where we have this empty space going right, we want to do this sequence of blocks. I think it's easiest if we do this. We want to do 1 white stained glass, 1 dark oak wood plank, then 1 white stained glass. We then want to do an oak wood plank, leave a gap or 2, then place another oak wood. You then want to place the white stained glass, the dark oak plank, and then the white stained glass. So you should have something which should look a little bit like this. And what you then want to do is on top of each one of these blocks, you can actually stack the exact same block on top of it twice. So just stack each one of those blocks on top of the previous twice, and you should have the little base of the house like this. So that's kind of like the lower floor. Because now what we want to do for the next row on top of this, we want to do an entire row of spruce wood that kind of just goes all the way from left to right, and it just wants to, well, do exactly that, just as I described. Well, once you've got that taken care of, what we now want to do is for the second row of this, so the second floor is a more appropriate term. For the second floor of this, going from left to right on top of this, we want to do this sequence of blocks. We want to do 1 white stained glass, we then want to do 1 dark oak plank, 1 glass, 1 spruce, leave a gap or 2, 1 spruce, 1 glass, 1 plank, 1 glass, like that. You then want to do 2 layers of each one of these materials on top of each other. So do 2 layers of each one of these materials on top of each other. So on top of the glass, place glass, on top of the planks, place planks, on top of the spruce, you guys get the idea. Same materials on top of each one of these. What we then want to do is you just want to connect those 2 spruce in the center together like this to form an actual like doorway. And then for the next row on top of this, you want to do a layer of dark oak wood planks. And in front of that, you can actually also, you know what, it's a little bit more complicated than that, so we actually won't delve into it now. But you do want to have the layer of dark oak wood planks. Then, for the next part of this, and this is slightly tricky, so we want to take out our dark oak wood stairs, and we want to place an upside down dark oak wood stairs underneath each one of the spruce woods that we have near the top of the roof, like this. We then want to place... Can you see where we have the spruce wood just down below us here? Well, we want to, on top of, like, these dark oak wood plank blocks, on top of the spruce wood, we want to stack 2 spruce wood coming up. Like so. So that's what we want to have. We want to have 2 spruce wood coming up like that. Then we want to, with the white stained glass block, we want to place a white stained glass block in the empty spaces left and right. And we also want to do white stained glass block, or you know what would look slightly better is white stained glass pane just above the door here. So we want to have something which should look a little bit more like that. And this is a very simple version of what we're going to have out here, but it is going to get a little bit more interesting in just a moment. When the roof's on and once we've added the balconies, it actually does look kind of cool. So what we now want to do is we want to take out our oak wood slabs, and starting with this very first row of spruce wood that kind of like cut the house into thirds, we want to place a layer of oak wood slabs coming out in front of it, and the slabs want to be placed like on the upper row so you can like step in and out onto the balcony like this. You then want to take the 2 center blocks here where we do actually have the empty spaces in the door, and we want to add another layer of oak wood slabs. Then in front of that, upside down oak wood stairs. We then want to take out our old pals, the dark oak wood stairs, and we want to do upside down dark oak wood stairs going all the way around the edge of what you've just made, except we don't want to have dark oak wood stairs on the... We don't want to have dark oak wood stairs on the sides of like the oak wood stairs. We actually want to have dark oak wood planks like this, and the reason being is that we're going to be connecting those down to the ground with some spruce, with some sort of fence. I haven't decided which yet. So that's kind of like the first balcony. And what you can also do is you can just do white stained glass pane going all the way around it. So just a white stained glass pane going all the way around it. No one falls off, and it looks kind of cool. You can also use fence if you like, if you're a fan of that sort of thing. So the next bit, this is what we're going to do. Can you see where we have the second entrance? So like right near the top of the house, we want to take these 2 center dark oak wood plank blocks, we want to extend them outwards by 2 with the oak wood slabs. That's like 1 and 2, and this will be 1 and 2. We then want to do a layer of dark oak wood stairs, and this is upside down dark oak wood stairs, like in front of the row of dark oak wood planks here, and we want them to curve round onto the sides with our upside down dark oak wood stairs like this. We then want to do the white stained... Oh, no we don't. I'm so silly. What we then want to do is we just want to have white stained glass block, white stained glass pane that kind of just makes it so that you can't fall off of that little mini balcony. So connecting from like either doorway to either side of the doorway, you just want to have something which should look like that. And you can see already that even without the roof, this thing is starting to look a little bit more interesting, and we can actually begin the roof a little bit because I'll tell you how it's going to look. It's quite easy. So starting from the 8th spruce wood block that we placed in that first initial row of spruce wood, we want to place an oak wood stairs on the side of it. We then want to run a layer of dark oak wood stairs running all the way up to the side, all the way up on top. We then want to come to the opposite side of the house. We want to have an oak wood stairs right on the side, and then we want to have dark oak wood stairs running all the way up to the top, like that. We then want to make each one of those stairs overhang. So we'll use oak wood stairs on the ends, but then we'll do dark oak wood stairs for the other stairs. So obviously we don't want to use oak wood, do we? Want to use oak wood, and then we want to use the dark oak wood running all the way up to the top. But here's where things get a little bit more interesting than just the normal color variations. What we'll now do is we'll just do upside down oak wood stairs just underneath each one of those oak wood / dark oak wood stairs, and that'll just have a nice little bit of color contrast. It'll make it look a little bit nicer, and I don't think that there needs to be any other reason. So it'll end up looking a little something like that. Looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So you kind of get a gist for how the rest of this house is going to look. If you like the colour scheme, keep it. If you don't, use some different colours. It makes no difference to me. We're still going to have an awesome house at the end of this thing. Well, once you've got that taken care of, what you want to do is you want to move over to the left-hand side of the house. So once again, working with the 8th spruce wood block that we just placed like a block on the side of, we want to go backwards towards the back of the house by 4 with the spruce wood. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 from that first initial one. We then want to connect connect this to the ground, but we want to connect it to the ground with a row of dark oak wood planks, like this. Also, something else you can do, and this will help us later, is can you see where we have the spruce wood row in the front of the house that kind of like connects, basically where the balcony is here? You want to have an upside down row of dark oak wood stairs, like in line with the balcony, moving through the house like that. Then we want to, coming all the way back up to the top here where we have the spruce wood block, we want to further extend it back by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can actually connect it back down to the ground with its own material. So that will be spruce wood like this. And let's fill in the side whilst we're here. So what we want to do is we want to, can you see where we have the upside down row of dark oak wood stairs? Well, we want to follow that through and it wants to connect to the back of the house. And what we then want to do is on the front half of the house, we want to have a little white stained glass doorway right on the bottom part. So you just want to fill this in, except you want to leave the 2 center blocks just completely open. That's a bit of a doorway. You can add a door in there if you like. The upper part of this, just fill it in with glass. It wants to be nice and open, nice and bright. On the back half of this, it follows a pattern, and it's kind of a cool pattern. I like it. So, starting from the bottom here, like this bottom empty row, we want to have an upside down row of oak wood stairs. We then want to have spruce wood in between. Then we want to have regular facing oak wood stairs. Then above this, on the second row, we want to have upside down oak wood stairs. Then the row of spruce wood. And then we want to have the regular facing row of oak wood stairs. And that just provides a little bit of interesting, it's basically a little bit more interesting than the whole thing being wood or the whole thing being glass. I like it. I like the fact that the front half of the lake house is nice and exposed, it's nice and bright, and I like that the back half's a little bit more private. Well, that's that side. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So once you've got that side taken care of, we can come all the way to the opposite side, and let's talk about what we're going to do. So we'll take this 8th block, and we'll extend it backwards by, well, actually 8. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then want to connect it down to the ground, as we did the opposite side there, like that. We then want to take out the dark oak wood planks, and we want to cut this side in half, exactly how we cut that other side in half. So it's actually on the 4th block, so coming right, so it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So like right up the center, we want to place the row of dark oak wood planks, bisecting it. Then what we want to do is we want to have the row of upside down dark oak wood stairs that kind of like connects the front and the back like this. We then, with the white stained glass block, we actually want to have the same glass entrance right at the base of the house here that we have on the opposite side, because this side is going to take us out to a little patio area where you can have barbecues, and the opposite side takes you to the boathouse / garden. And the part of the house just above this, we want to completely fill in with glass block like that. Then, for the back part of the house, it's actually the same thing as we did on the opposite side. So we'll have the layer of oak wood stairs right down at the bottom. It's actually upside down oak wood stairs. And then we'll have a row of spruce wood. And then we'll have regular facing oak wood stairs. Then above this, for the second row, it's the same thing. It's upside down. Whoops, no, I said upside down. You better listen to me, Gabe. So upside down dark oak wood planks, oak wood stairs, and then spruce wood, and then regular facing oak wood stairs like that. And that's that side of the house. Exactly the same as the opposite side of the house. Nice and easy, really, isn't it? Well, once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the back of the house, which also isn't too crazy to do. So we'll come to the back of the house, and we want to, first of all, you can actually kind of... You know what, it's going to be easier if we do this. Let's talk about this. So we're on the back of the house, start from the back bottom left-hand corner spruce wood block. Going right, we want to do this. We want to place a regular facing oak wood stair. We then want to place a dark oak wood plank. And then we want to come to the opposite side and do the same thing coming in from the left. So we'll have the stairs and then the plank. We can then do a row of oak wood stairs connecting them. And what we also want to do, on top of the dark oak wood planks, we want to do a row of dark oak wood planks that comes all the way up, and it wants to come as high up as the rows of spruce that you have right and left of you. You then want to connect them together at the top with a row of spruce to the left, to the right, to the middle like that. Then, on top of the row of oak wood stairs, we want to add a layer of spruce wood. So we want to add spruce wood on top of the stairs like this. We then, for the next row on top of this, we want to have upside down oak wood stairs. So you can see that we're kind of reversing the pattern that we have on the sides a little bit, once again, just to make things a little bit different. We then want to have a row of dark oak wood planks that just runs all the way through the back, like this. Or if you like, just to keep in, nah, you know what, we'll be different. We'll have the planks I was going to say you could also use the dark oak wood stairs if you want, just to keep a motif with the left and right, but I kind of like it being a bit different. So for the next row, we want to have the regular facing oak wood stairs like this, then the layer of spruce wood once again. And then we want to have the upside down oak wood stairs stacked on top of this. So we want to have something which should look like that. And that's the back of the house, nice and simple. Well, once you've got that taken care of, we can now do the back of the roof. The back of the roof's easy as well. So all the way up at the top here, we want to be one block in, coming from the left or the right, can start either side. And on top of the second spruce wood, we want to go up by 1 with the spruce, do 5 upright diagonals. So that'll be, well, it's actually 4 from this perspective. So we want to place 1, then do 4 upright diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 4. We want to go right 1, and then we can connect all the way down to the opposite part of the house, so can connect all the way down. We'll have something which will look a little bit like that, and that will be perfect. So once you've got that taken care of, we just have to fill the under part of this thing in. This is where things get a little bit tricky, so we'll just fill it in like a regular build, where we have this empty space here, starting from the left hand side going right, and we'll just fill it in rows. We want to do, first of all, an upside down dark oak wood stairs, then we want to do a white stained glass, then spruce wood, then 2 dark oak wood stairs, spruce wood, white stained glass, then an upside down dark oak wood stairs, like that. Then for the next row, going from left to right, we want to do an upside down dark oak wood stairs with a spruce wood going right of it. We then want to do 2 white stained glass pane going right. We then want to do a spruce wood and then an upside down dark oak wood stairs like that. For the next row, we want to do an upside down dark oak wood stairs. We then want to do 2 white stained glass pane and then an upside down dark oak wood stairs. And to fill the top of this thing in, we just want to do upside down dark oak wood stairs. So it'll end up looking a little something like that. A little bit different from the sides, a little bit different from the front, and that's kind of what I like. And once you've done that, we can now talk about the roof. So the roof on the front is the same as the roof on the back, or the roof on the back is the same as the roof on the front, however you want to look at it. So you guys know what we're doing here. We're going to place an oak wood stairs right at the end of the frame. Then we're going to do dark oak wood stairs running all the way up to the side here, all the way up the side. We'll also do the same on the other side, so that's oak wood stairs, dark oak wood stairs, all the way running all the way up like this. Then we'll make each one of these blocks overhang. We'll use oak wood stairs where we'll have oak wood, and dark oak wood where we use dark oak wood. But the part where it's going to get a little bit interesting, just a little bit more, is when we do the parts that overhang, because of course the parts that overhang are going to be a bit of a different material, aren't they? So we're going to just connect those, there we go. And then we're going to, underneath these, do upside down oak wood stairs underneath each one of these overhanging blocks. So each one of the overhanging blocks, we want to place the upside down oak wood stairs to give us something which should look a little bit like that. And then all we have to do to complete this build is we just have to connect the front and the back of this together. So connect the oak wood stairs blocks to the oak wood stairs, and connect the dark oak wood stairs to the dark oak wood stairs. It doesn't take too long. I was just about to say it doesn't take too long. It doesn't take too long to do this. It's very, very easy. It doesn't take too long in the slightest to do. So we've just completed one side. Actually, we'll come all the way over to the opposite side, and we'll do this. And this will be actually pretty much the actual structure of the house. So the part that you actually like live in or camping, or I guess it's not camping if you have a roof over your head, is it? But you guys get the idea. The part that you'd like retreat to on your weekends or whatever, that inside part is done. But we do have quite a bit left to do with the outside, and the outside's interesting. So that is the entire roof done, and that's pretty much the house part of this done. But that doesn't mean that we're finished. So we have a couple of things left to do, and let's talk about the materials that we'll need. We'll need quite a few of them. So we're going to need ourselves some more spruce wood, and then we'll need some oak wood slabs, and we'll need some dark oak wood slabs, as you may have predicted. But we'll also need some cobblestone, we'll need some oak wood fence, we'll also need some cobblestone wall, and we're also going to need some stone slabs. And it would also be helpful actually if we had ourselves some dark oak wood fence as well. And that's pretty much all we'll be needing for this outside part, although there will be a couple more things later on. So what do we want to do here? Well, here's the thing. It's now time for us to build the decking out in front of our lake, and this bit's kind of up to you how big the decking wants to be that actually comes out onto the lake. So starting from this front left hand corner of the house, we want to dig into the ground how far out we want this decking to be. And the decking is going to, the outside of it is going to be made up of dark oak wood slabs, so it'll look like this. So I'm going to start by doing like a row of, let's say a row of 5 coming out in front of the house. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? I'm then going to drag this all the way over to the right hand side here, and I'm going to make sure that it lines up with the opposite side of the house, and then I'm going to go one step further. I'm actually going to make it overhang the right hand side of the house by, in total, I think I'm going to make it about 6, so that'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Then I'm going to drag it into the floor, and I'm going to connect it to where the bottom front right hand corner of the house is, and I'm going to use the dark oak wood slabs to do this, but oak wood planks would be better, but you know what, I didn't want to get them out of the inventory, so like this. That part that overhangs the right hand side of the house is going to be a barbecue area, so that's why I kind of cut this off here. This is as big as you want it, so you can make it wider if you like, or you can make it bigger, longer, but what I'm going to do is I've connected it back to the house, and now I'm going to connect the same block all the way around to the back of the house as well. So I'm going to connect it all the way to the back of the house. I'll add a layer of dark oak wood slabs on top of this, and I'll just connect it all the way down, all the way round to the back, like so. And inside of this area, I'm going to have cobblestone, and I can actually do that a little bit now, so I can just destroy the areas underneath the glass. So the areas underneath the glass and the areas underneath the oak wood stairs, I'm going to replace them, and I've replaced them with dark oak wood planks, or dark oak wood slabs. And this area that we have here, just going to knock this out, going to destroy this, going to place this with cobblestone, because like I said, this is going to be a barbecue area. And I'm going to place cobblestone in here, and I'm going to have, oh, we will need one more material. After we've finished filling this in with cobblestone, I'm going to grab some polished andesite, because we'll need that. I've got some polished andesite, and I'll place one polished andesite right on this corner, and I'll place a stone slab on top of it. I also want to place a spruce wood on top of this corner block here, on top of this corner block, and I will also want to place a spruce wood on top of this corner block. So can you see, like, where we have the corners, where we have the separating rows, we have placed spruce wood on the front bit, and we've just placed that one andesite. And also we want to place a dark oak wood slab on top of each one of those spruce woods, like this. We can then connect the outer perimeter of this together with oak wood fence. We want to connect the outer part of this with oak wood fence, like this. And you only want to connect the spruce blocks together with the oak wood fence, because you want to connect the spruce and the andesite together with cobblestone wall, and you want to connect the andesite to the house with, again, cobblestone wall, like this. So you can see the sort of area that we're just kind of like knocking off here. And what you can do is, what we now want to do, not what we can do, is what we now want to do is we want to make a decking out in front of the house. So an area that we can like walk around and we can do stuff on. We're going to knock out this area, and we're going to replace it with oak wood slabs. Not planks. I almost said planks. Oak wood slabs, but I like the subtle difference between the slabs and the planks quite a bit. So I've just destroyed that, and I'm going to replace it with oak wood slabs. So it'll look a little bit better than it did before. And we're just going to have to add 2 more rows to this. It's a little bit tricky because I do have the fences here, of course. But we'll just add another row there, and we will end up with something that should look a little bit like this. And you can see that this is actually shaping up quite nicely. We've got, at the moment, pretty much most of the house done. We're now going to connect, you know, this balcony part that we talked about earlier. I'm going to connect the dark oak wood plank blocks to the ground with the dark oak wood fence, like this. So there we go. So that's the house, that's the decking, and that is the little barbecue area around the back. And that is pretty much the house built. Now, there are a couple more things that we can add to this. We can add like a barbecue outside, we can add ourselves a nice little bit of a garden, we can do the interior. And I don't see why I can't help you build these. So we'll focus on the outside of the house, and then we'll gradually move it in. The first thing that we're going to do, just because it is quite easy, we're going to do the little barbecue back here. And to make this, you're going to need some bricks, you'll need a furnace, We'll need some stone pressure plates. You also want to grab yourself some stone slabs as well. And we also want a stone brick stairs, and we also want some andesite. I know, so many materials. So my barbecue is going to be placed right in the center of the patio that we have back here, and it's going to be placed near the back. I'm going to start off with a row of 3 polished andesite going right, so that'll look like 1, 2, 3, like right in the back. I'm then going to place a slab on top of blocks number 1 and blocks number 3. We now have to place an upside down stone brick stairs on top of the center block, like that. It's a little bit easier if you place something behind it, then place that. I'm going to place a furnace in front of that center block, bricks left and right, stone pressure plates left and right of that, and that pretty much does kind of look like a barbecue. I quite like it. You can light it if you want. If you want to make some like makeshift chairs and stuff, here's a design that I always go to because I like it. I like to place like a row of 4 fence and then 2 up the back, and there you have a chair. You can add more, you can add less. You know what, that kind of obstructs the view of the barbecue. I'm not going to have that, but you guys get the point. You guys understand that you can add some chairs out here, you can make this area bigger, you can make the decking bigger, it's up to you. But that's that little barbecue area done. It really only needs that little bit of a touch. And that is pretty much all we're going to add to that patio area. I don't feel as though that it needs anything else. Add more if you like, make it bigger, change the shape, completely up to you. Let's move to the opposite side of the house here. So, on the opposite side of the house, we actually have a bit of a garden. A little bit of a garden, believe it or not, in the forest. And to make this, we're going to need some birch saplings. We'll need some bone meal to grow them. Then we're going to need some magenta wool. We'll need some pink wool. We'll also need just a little bit of cobblestone. And we'll also need, what is this material called, guys? It's called, oh, there we go. We'll need some podzol. And we will also need a little bit of water. Great. So this is what we're going to do on this side. First of all, we're going to have a tree. We're going to place a birch sapling right in about this position, maybe even a little bit closer to the house, maybe about here. And we're going to grow it with bone meal. Hopefully it isn't too big. Oh, that's about right. Now that we have the tree, we're going to destroy each one of these leaf blocks, and we're going to replace them with pink wool. We're basically taking a tree, we're stealing the design that Minecraft has already given us, thank you very much, it saves us making up a tree, and we're going to just replace the leaves with wool. I think that pink is a little bit better than green, and we're going to dot some magenta about the place as well. This is a little bit of a time-consuming process, but if you're a little bit unimaginative like me, and you don't really want to design the entire tree, you don't want to add the leaves, I will make that pointer on top though, you don't want to really design the leaves, and then this method is kind of for you. Like, you can just build the tree, you can add the bone meal, you can then just destroy each one of the blocks and replace them with the wool. Now I'm just going to dot some magenta wool about the place. Instead, I'm going to destroy the pink and I'm going to dot the magenta wool inside. And there you have kind of like a bit more of an interesting looking tree. It's pink, it's purple. I like it. I like that a bit better. Let's talk about the little pond back here. So also we have a pond back here. I'm going to lay out the area with cobblestone slabs, and this is the area that I'm then going to dig out and I'm going to replace with the water. So this can actually be very near the tree, and it's not going to be a big pond, guys. It's not going to be a big pond at all, and it'll look a little something like that maybe. I quite like that. And now I'm just going to destroy the inside of this, and I'm going to place water inside the entire pond like this. So I'm just going to destroy that, place water inside, and that will look pretty decent, to be honest with you. That actually looks quite good. If you want, you can add like a podzol with like, well, maybe not a podzol. I was hoping that would react a bit different. Maybe like a grass block, and you can throw some bone meal on it if you like. And what else we need to do is we need to add a bit of a path. So going from the lake house is going to be a bit of a broken cobblestone path. And the reason that there is a path is because at a later date there will be a boathouse right here attached to the lake house. So that is why we have it. So we're going to place some random cobblestone blocks. I'm using slabs because I feel like torturing myself apparently. And I'm going to have like a random cobblestone path. And in amongst this I'm going to destroy it like either side and in between it, and I'm going to place podzol. So instead of having like a regular proper paths and it's all nice and it looks great, we've got like a podzol, we've got like a there we go. We've got a cobblestone podzol path. I quite like that. I think it looks pretty good. And around this, use bone meal. Just make it look all worn. It's not looked after. Just add bone meal. Make it look all crazy, all overgrown. It adds to the character. It makes it look a little bit nicer. Something else that also makes your house look really, really good, I have found, is adding loads and loads and loads of trees around the area. It's not a campsite if it's not in the forest and it's not surrounded by trees. So remember, add loads and loads of trees to your house. Add loads, go all the way around. I'm not going to go all the way around, I just want to make a point here. So I'm using spruce because I think that spruce is kind of like the perfect forest material. Plus, there's something about the spruce trees, I think that they grow a little bit differently in relation to the other trees. Call me crazy, I might be crazy, but I think that they grow into a little bit more interesting shapes, and I like the colour of them a little bit more. And I don't think I have any other reasons for liking them. Not that I'm trying to make a list of them, but you guys get the idea. I like my spruce trees. I like how they look. I like what colour they are. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They are a bit different to regular trees, right? They almost remind me of Christmas trees, and I think that that's why I might like them so much. And you see what a difference that's already made? Imagine if there were even more spruce trees, like even taller ones, even more of them, and even some on this side as well. Well, that makes a pretty cool looking garden, if I do say so myself, and that pretty much wraps up what we have for the outside of the house. For the inside of the house, things are a little bit trickier, and I honestly don't really want to do a tutorial for the interior because mine isn't very good. But what I will do, I will show you the original interior for this, and if you want to draw inspiration from it, I'll let you, but you can do a much better one than me. But let me show you the original. I don't want to tutorial it because I don't think that it's very good, but the rest of this house, I mean, I've shown you how to make absolutely everything here. All you have to do is make the inside look good, which I haven't really done. But let me show you what I've done anyway. Give me a sec. So we're back here at my original lake house. See what I mean about the trees, by the way? Don't they kind of add something? So we're out here at my original lake house, and like I said, I haven't really done a great interior for the lake house. I haven't really made it look amazing. So here's the general gist of this thing. Down here on the ground floor, we have a bit of a campfire. I haven't set fire to it because I don't want to burn up the entire build, but I've used glowstone instead. We have a bit of an actual brick fireplace. We have a bit of a seating area in front of it. We have a little bit of a kitchen area on the right. We have like a fridge, we have a hand basin, we have a cooker, we have a couple of cupboards. We have some paintings dotted around the place, and we have a little bit of torchage. In the left-hand corner here, we have a bit of an interesting looking staircase. Pretty interesting looking. I like it. I'm not sure whether you guys would like that or not. On the second floor, it's not 100% fully filled in. There's gaps in this. There's spaces between the left-hand side, the right-hand side. We have a bit of a platform to walk on rather than a solid floor. And the same applies to the third floor as well. The third floor, there's even less space. We have a bed up here. We have nothing else, basically. We have a bed up here, and we have a box up here, and this just leads us out onto the balcony where we can look across the lake. We can see the boathouse, we can see the giant angry bird, which is present at every single campsite that I've ever been to, and we can just kind of look out onto it. And it's not very finished, basically. There's not very much on this second floor. I didn't know what to add up here, and there's not very much on this third floor. I also didn't know what to add up here. The only floor that I actually think that I've done a pretty decent job at is the first floor, and it feels all nice and homey, and it's got the staircase and everything. But I'm going to walk through it very, very slowly. And if you guys want to draw inspiration from this, I would suggest that you do so, but I think that you guys will be able to do a much better job. What I do like is the idea with the actual floor system. So there's 3 of them, and the reason for that is because there's 2 additional balconies, isn't there? There's one here and there's one upstairs. Otherwise I wouldn't have added even another floor. I wouldn't have added a third one. But you guys get the idea of this house. You get the gist of it. I'm sure that you'll be able to make a much better interior than I. And if you want to draw inspiration from this, like I said, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. If you want to have kind of the same sort of layout, but actually furnish it properly and make it look a lot better than I have, then feel free. But I don't really want to show you this because I don't think that it's very good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my lake house tutorial complete. I really hope that you like this one. I spent a lot of time on this, and I hope that you really love it. I also included a lot of other builds for my campsite, which I'm going to be rolling out slowly. Later on in the week, you'll see the boathouse. If I ever get it finished how I want it, I'll show you how to make a cool outhouse as well, which would look great not only on a campsite, but any sort of old-fashioned house. I'll also show you how to make a boat. So comment down below if you have anything in your head other than that. Let me know if you do have any more ideas for the campsite, because I'm quickly running out of them. Check out the card system, check out the description below. If you want to make absolutely anything that you can see on this campsite, if you want to make anything, easiest place to find it is my campsite tutorial playlist, which I'll leave a link for in the card system, the description below, and earlier on screen. I'm not going to add it now. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, follow me on Twitter, by the way, at TSMC360. See you in the next video.